Hey everyone, welcome back to BDG Reviews. It's been quite a while since I uploaded. There is a reason for that. If you listen to the podcast episode, the last episode, I go more into it, but sufficient to say I had a computer issue, lost everything on my hard drive, had to get a new hard drive, so yeah, it wasn't pleasant to say the least. So, this is just a collection update. This really should be a lot like bigger of a collection update, but since I lost everything on my PC, I lost my movie collector list as well. So I can't quite remember, you know, how many more should be in here. So I got some DVDs and I got some Blu-rays. So just get right into it. First up, I grabbed these next three at the flea market. Actually, got them for about between $4 and $6 a piece. First up is Nightmares from Asia. It's a 6-disc collection. It's got Art of the Devil, The Commitment, Discovery, Nightmare, Red Eye, and The Unborn. Now, of all of these, I had one, two, three, four. I had like four of them, but they were just on like not bootleg, but kind of like the gray market Hong Kong releases. So essentially, this was like an upgrade. So I'm kind of happy about that. Next up, we got Elevator, The Bottled Fools. This is one I used to see a lot back in the day, but never picked up. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot. That was also about like between $4 and $6. Next is a movie that was actually really good, and that was Dragonhead. Again, between $4 and $6. Really solid, like post-apocalyptic type movie. Really good stuff. So yeah. Next, we have this is one actually my buddy Corey recommended. He said it was a really good flick, so I hopped on Amazon, and found a copy, and that's Sleep Tight. Haven't watched this yet, but from what he was telling me, sounds really good, so I'm sure down for that. Next is Torment from Unearthed Films. This is the first in the Unearthed Too Extreme for Mainstream collection. And, yep, clown rape ensues, and it's a twisted little flick, honestly, and it's decent. Honestly, it fits in the Too Extreme for Mainstream. So yeah. Then I was actually after the unearthed copy of this, but I couldn't find it anywhere at a decent price, and that's Philosophy of a Knife. This is about the what's called the Unit 731, the Japanese unit during World War II in China that did a bunch of like atrocities and everything. From what I've heard, this is actually really hard to watch, mainly because it's 256 minutes, and it like wears on you from what I've heard. But I'm psyched to have a copy. Like I said, I would have preferred the Unearthed, but you take what you can get, right? All right, next up we have The Ritual. A lot of people might have heard of this on Netflix. This actually doesn't have a release in Canada or the US. It's only on Netflix. So this is a UK copy. This was £4. So what? Maximum $8. I really like this movie, and I'm really glad to have a DVD copy. Would have preferred a Blu-ray, but is what it is, right? So there. Next up, we got this is also a UK release, and this is Cold Skin. This was also £4, and it's the sort of thing. I've heard stuff about this movie, but I have it's never been one that like run out and get. But I mean, £4. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it for £4. And the last of the DVDs we got is Pyewacket. I actually got this for £2.50, so like $4. Haven't watched it yet. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, gonna probably watch it after I finish recording this. Um, my buddy Corey told me about this one. Also said it was a really good flick, so I'm looking forward to it. So that's the end of the DVDs. We're on to the Blu-rays now. So I'll start off with the Arrow Blu-rays and then go into the other releases. So a bunch of these I got. My parents just went on a holiday to Britain, so they picked me up quite a bunch of stuff and brought it back. So this is a good, chunk of that. So first up, we have Incident in a Ghostland by Pascal Laugier. I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy that did Martyrs. This is a really good movie. This is a movie no one is talking about, and they should be. It's a 2017 movie. And it came out in 2018, it looks like. If I'd seen this in 2018, this would have probably been my number one movie of 2018. It's that good. It's a really solid movie. Do yourself a favor and pick that up. Definitely. It's definitely worth it, 100%. Next up, we got Trapped Alive. Haven't seen this one yet, but, it seems fun, and, is what it is, right? Next up, we got one from Arrow Academy, and that's Night of the Hunter. I've always liked this movie. My main thing was I never got the Criterion Blu-ray, and I always kind of regretted it. Then I saw that they had this, an Arrow release, and I was like, yeah, I want a copy of that on Blu-ray. So yeah, good stuff. Next up, we got Brain Damage. This is actually with the slip, which is pretty damn cool. I got this, they were having a sale on Amazon. I think it was actually a couple of months back now. And this was, I think, under $10. And I was like, I jumped on it at that price, and it's damn cool. So yeah. I love that it came with the slip as well. Next up, we got a couple of Yakuza movies that actually the same price as that copy of Brain Damage. First up is Massacre Gun. This is with Joe Shishido. And if you've never seen Joe Shishido, he's just kind of like a badass. It's in black and white. It's awesome. Good stuff. See that. And you get that. Of course, you also have to get Retaliation, also with Joe Shishido. It's just damn cool, honestly. It's Yakuza stuff, and Yakuza stuff's always good. Speaking of Yakuza stuff, Yakuza Law. This is another one my parents brought me back from Britain. I know they have a US release of this and everything, but this was like pretty cheap, so got it from over there. Good stuff. Okay, so that's it for the Arrow. Now we're down just to normal Blu-ray. So first up, we have from Unearthed Films, Purgatory Road. This is one I've always wanted to see, just never honestly got around to it. So I eventually said, like, screw it, I'll pull the trigger, pick it up. I'm looking forward to watching that one. Next, we have, I actually got these next two from the Right Stuff sale they had going on. And that is Corpse Prison Part 1 and Corpse Prison Part 2. They're like Japanese, like, splatter type things. They're from Switchblade Pictures, which are the same people that released the Corpse Party live action. I really dug that. So my hopes are kind of high for these. Hope I'm not disappointed. Next up is one, it's not a good movie, but the completist in me has to have it, and that's the new Pet Sematary. I haven't watched anything on it yet, but I'm definitely down for, like an alternate ending and everything, and just to see what else is in there. So yeah, Pet Sematary. Next, we got Blood and Black Lace. This is the Mario Bava Giallo. I've actually never seen this movie, so it's one I'm really kind of happy to have a copy of. So yeah. Next is another one from Britain, and that's The House that Jack Built. I've heard a lot of good stuff about this. I've heard there's a lot of like really twisted stuff in it, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Next we got Deathline. That's this was also released over in Canada and America by was it? I want to say Blue Underground, or I don't know, but this was a hell of a lot cheaper, and yeah, so now I have a copy of Deathline. It's definitely one I've been wanting to see for a while, but never. I couldn't find a reasonably priced copy of the Blue Underground one. Next we have Possession. This is a movie that another one I've always wanted to see, and the edition over here was kind of expensive. So this is from Second Sight, and it was again pretty cheap. I think it was about like £8 or £9, and it's loaded with features, as you can see. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching that one. And the last one that I got my parents to bring me back was Popcorn. This is the 88 Films version. I didn't jump on the Synapse version. I think it's Synapse that did it. But, this was cheaper, again. And I think it's the same print. A lot of special features, good stuff. So, I'm not complaining at that. Next, we got the Scream Factory edition of Silent Hill. Really good, honestly. On the last podcast, we actually did Silent Hill and Silent Hill Revelations. It was fun going back to watch them. They're pretty decent flicks. And last up, we have the one, the only, the classic, the immortal, This Island Earth. You gotta love some, 1950s cheese. I say that, but it's actually quite an effective movie. The creature in it is a bit odd, but, it is what it is. A product of the time, I should say. So, really good flick. I watched that the other night. One interesting bit to note, if you're going to buy this release, there are 2 commentaries on it, but only one of which is like a proper commentary. The other one, it runs with like during the movie's running, but it's about like I think 20 minutes long, and that's it. It's kind of interesting to hear about the sound design and everything, and like the music, but watch the one with the visual effects artist, Robert Skotak. That's the better commentary. So, yeah. So, there we go. That's the update. Like I said, it's not the full thing. If I could have figured out what all the other stuff I had that I had to show off, but, I just couldn't find any way to retrieve it from the old hard drive, and it's not gonna happen. So yeah, so hopefully everything is on the up and up now and everything's working out good. But yeah, that's it for now. See you next time.